Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, December 5th. We're looking at Window Trader's market profile of the ES and NQ. So I had a horrible day. This is 2 days now in the last 2 weeks. Again, nobody to blame but myself. Got caught in that liquidation break in D period in NQ. Last week also in NQ. So I have to be better, much better at recognizing it's not an inventory adjustment, but it's a liquidation break. Inventory adjustment, you're not going to get the market to break as severely. And where I was adding and stuff, eventually you'd get paid. Liquidation break is something quite different. The market just got too long and she breaks. Not only did she break, she broke the whole day's tempo. After that, we did nothing. We traded basically D's range for the last 4 hours of the trading day. We got below D's low in E and G, but that's it. That was it. Same with NQ. Barely got below D's low. So the liquidation, now we did not have one in Righty. Righty, it came in, look, there was no liquidation break really in Righty. Righty ends 11 wide with an afternoon rally high in H, and they're back to a 2-day balance. They barely took out yesterday, but I'll call this a 2-day balance now. So if they take out today's low and start feeding into this big trend there, I'd call them down. As far as NQ, they go out 11 wide. I will use G as an afternoon pullback. I think it's far enough away from the day's low, and that's what they end up with. We end 11 wide, and that's it for a downside destination in our day's high and low. One other thing NQ did that's very positive today is they put the daily back into balance. So whether you want to call it a 2-day balance or look at your chart and call it a bigger balance, again, that's subjective. ES, on the other hand, is firmly in a 9-day balance on the daily, and we're still up on the weekly. So we've defended this weekly now. Thursday's low. Yesterday I thought we would get it, and even today I thought we had a chance where we opened. But once again, we couldn't get the overnight low, and that was it. We only got the overnight high and the IB high. I was having a good morning up until D period. I was basically playing the ebb and flow long in both NQ and ES. I was long in NQ to get the overnight high in A period. I was long a B period a bunch of times in ES on the ebb and flow because we looked like we were going to go trend. Well, not look like, we did go trend. We actually had 2 sets of single prints, B and C. But again, we didn't hold them, so only 34.9% of upside trend days have held this year. I took a long in C period to pop the top in NQ to get the IB high. Then the trouble happened in D period. And again, nobody's fault but my own. We came in, I didn't buy it right away. I bought it, we had single prints in, I'm trying to think where I started that long. I don't remember, it was so long ago and I'm trying to forget it. But regardless, I added as it was coming in. I went pretty much full boat right below, right around. I did not think we'd take back both sets of singles. I didn't mind taking back C's. I thought we would hold the one-time framing. So I got long big, right around C's low, flushed out, took it off, pretty big, very large loss. Now, I only made 2 other trades after that, but it wasn't because I was upset, I'm not happy, but it's just there was nothing there. Like I said, I think the steam in the market got taken out. I actually got long in NQ and H period to finally pop G's high, did an innovator trade. And then again in J period, I took a short. At that time, thought it would be the afternoon rally high, possibly. It came back in, made money on it, and that was it. So, I've done these. I've been pretty good with futures with large losses for the most part. But I don't like what I've done in NQ now last week and this week. My win rate being very high and then my P&L is horrible. I can't have that. Right? That's not consistency. I tell people in my room you can't make money 19 trades in a row and the 20th trade you give it all back and more. Now I didn't do that last week. Today I certainly did it in more because it's only 2 days into the week. But that's very, very frustrating on my part. So we continue to work at it. As far as our destinations, now again, I remember last week I said I would do it again. Well, I did do it again because the MGI was in my favor. So why was I looking for longs? and then I'll get to the destinations and the charts in D period. Well, we had a trend day. NQ had overlap and a higher value, which they kept. They had the IB high. They had the overnight high. They had the indices in their favor at that point. They had raised POC. So all those things were telling me on a pullback, on an inventory adjustment, that'd be, I think it's okay to still look for longs. I don't chase, you know that. I wasn't buying the D's high. However, I have to be better at recognizing an inventory adjustment from a liquidation break. And when somebody in my room asks me what that is, well, quite simply, it's not as easy to tell, but it's when the market, instead of just pulling back with not a lot of volume and tempo, it just breaks. And NQ certainly broke. Now, ES didn't have maybe the same tempo and stuff on the way down, but NQ pretty much did, and I should have recognized it since that's the one I was in. So, destinations upside today's high 457.59. Downside 11 wide POC 456.23. Today's low 454.87. In ES, downside 72 is our 11 wide POC. 58.25 is today's low, and the upside is today's high of 85.50. Another reason I was long, before we get to the charts, I thought NQ was, again, I wasn't buying the highs, but when it pulled back, I thought they had pretty much a price vacuum from Friday. I thought they had decent odds of getting their wide overnight POC from that day, and maybe even their 9 wide POC. So that was the goal when we had pulled back. In ES, I thought we would go and trade pretty much between 86 and 92 and fill in a lot of volume from this E-period singles from Friday. Because remember, we shot up on Friday, and then Monday we opened below it. We spent no time here. So I figured even though the singles are gone, they might spend some time there, especially the way we were trading. Obviously, I was wrong, but that was the thought process behind why I thought the market still would go higher. Now, once we have the liquidation break, that's it. It's kind of like I described it to my room. It's like a boxer. It's like a boxer who's doing well for the first 4 rounds, first round, A, B, C. The first 3 rounds, the bulls, that boxer is doing well, and then he gets freaking caught by a right cross by Tyson, which puts him on the canvas. It just knocks him for a loop, and everything he accomplished, A, B, C, in the beginning of D, is gone. Can't even remember it anymore. He's knocked for a loop. So that's what happens. The algo's just basically frisky, agitated, and basically, brain dead from getting hit like that with that break. That's the best analogy I could come with, and that's why they stayed there. That's kind of how I reference it. Now, on the chart, sorry this video is a little longer, but so here's our weekly in ES. That's still a wrong high. The high is 456.94. I'll change it at the end of the week. Now, we're still healthy on our weekly, but we have twice now come to areas where I thought we might test last week's low. So far, not happening. So we'll see if they try again tomorrow. But the weekly is still healthy. And the daily is firmly in a 9-day balance. Thursday's the low of it. Friday's the top of it. It's only a little over $6. So the longer we're in this, the more energy we're going to come out of it. And the question is, when are we going to come out of it? We have a quiet day pretty much tomorrow. You do have non-farm payroll on Friday. And then, of course, you have the Fed next week. I will not be here on Thursday all day, but I'll be here all day tomorrow and most likely all day on Friday. Volume stinks again. We're only at 68, 69 million shares. So we've done what? Bull, balance, bull the whole time. This is the longest time we've spent bull, right? Over here was like how many days? 4 or 5? Well, now it's 9. Are we going to come rest up and come out bull stronger again for new all-time highs? Or are we going to come out bear and end the rally for at least the next few days to a week? All remains to be seen. Hope you had a better day than I did. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.